in exile, when I was in Copenhagen, I went in, I don't know where it was, Club 6, it was a club in Copenhagen. And you could tell when a person left the United States by how they dressed a lot. And I looked at that little thin tie, I said, man, that brother left the United States in 1961. What she did. Okay, so if you notice that everybody went overseas, they came back here mostly. Either their job was back here, or they ran out of money, and nobody helped them. I came back, you know when I came back? When I got over America. I came back to America when I liked where I was better than America. I did it on my own. You know what I mean? Because I saw what was happening to everybody else. It's not America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, but it's where you're from. I don't care what kind of music you listen to. If you hear the Irish singing songs, you would think they just love back home. You know what? They did. The only reason they came here is because, right, they had a potato farm famine and stuff like that. Okay, so people love where they're from. That's just, okay, African Americans are the same way. They had our brother stuck over there with no way to come back because of the case he got. It's just off to jail for the rest of your life. And they're sitting out there, wherever they are, in cities close to here. I saw right away that there's people that abuse people and misuse people. I made sure from day one that wasn't nobody gonna abuse me. I just come out of the Jahiliyyah. I just know, you know, that's why we can put up with stuff for so many years and play like we don't know what's going on, because we already know. So we're going to use that to our benefit. The point I'm making is, if the brothers from the Islamic Republic don't respect what we was doing then and what we did all up until very recently, and they go hugging on people and bring them in, that they are the people who are their enemies. Marzia Hashemi came over here 5 years ago. I don't know if you remember when she was in the Masjid here. Okay, but she was here. She was traveling around the U.S. She was traveling around the U.S. to find handkerchief-headed Uncle Toms to represent. And I asked about a few people. I said, and nobody never heard of them. They're not into nothing. You know, they're just not into nothing. When President Ahmadinejad was here, I watched one of the, you know, they invite everybody from all over. Up in New York, they had the NOI there. And they had people speak in front of me like say, yeah, we going to talk to them about money, which that's all they, you know, that's all they do. They don't do nothing else. So I would hear it. They had white folks from Texas. They had everybody there. Most of them hated Iran. But the guys in the office was not pro-Ahmadinejad. They was against him. So they would bring people that he might think that support the Islamic Republic of Iran. They had a few people get up and give a couple of speeches and everything. And I said, man, this is cold-blooded. But we've been knowing for decades that something is wrong over there. Okay, in our DVDs now, just like we're doing now, we're going to mention all this stuff. Why? Because those people are a threat and they are a danger to the Islamic Republic. Those people that are managing things here are a threat and they are a danger to the Islamic Republic. And the more we pull back, the more we find out exactly what their danger looks like. When the FBI was here that time, I told them, I said, yeah, man, y'all got plenty of people up in with the Iranians. I said, no. Y'all got tons of people inside. They didn't say nothing. They couldn't say nothing. Why? Because they do. And then you can tell a lot of the people that are. That's the benefit of hanging on over a long time. That's the benefit of not speaking out too soon. That's a benefit of just allowing everybody to dump this on and dump that on, and you play like you don't know nothing. You know, why? So when things happen, when it comes time to do what always happens in a struggle, in a rebellion, in a transition, it's all very clear. The fight is very similar. They attack us, we retreat. When they pursue, we defend. When we defend, then we counterattack them. It goes on, when? Over and over and over and over and over again. The same process. David and Goliath, that's 10, 15 years old. All of the talks, everything we do is over and over again. So we have to put them through the process over and over and over and over again. We called it 7, 8 years ago redundancy. And what do you get from that? You get behavior patterns. The behavior patterns get so clear and so distinct, right? You could smell it. You don't have to do nothing, because that's how the people are going to act over and over and over again. Okay, let me speak up a little bit. Review Trump's medicine CIA master director. We knew the day Trump got in there that he was managed by somebody. We said it the day it happened. He was put in there. He was installed because he has the makeup of somebody who's easy to manipulate like that. He got a big, fat ego, but he knows in his heart he's stupid. You can't have all them big companies and go broke. You can't have 51 cases in the court, all of them from contractors that you owe money to. And since you owe them money, you may owe them $5 million. You hold them in court long enough, they say, okay, man, we'll take $1 million, right? Because we can't hold out any longer. Anybody that do that is not smart. You know what I mean? He's not smart, because if you're smart, you can get everybody money. The smartest man in money is the one, everybody, get your pockets open. We're fixing to have big money. And you get everybody money. That's the smartest one. And everybody happy and grinning, right? You got an organization, you talk about esprit de corps, the team spirit, you get everybody happy, you get everybody money, and don't be very little tension and little oil in between, so people work generally together semi-smoothly, right? You got stuff rolling. But a person that only get a few dollars for him and don't get everybody else no money, right? That's a dummy. It's a literal dummy. That he can't get all this money out here and he can't get everybody some money. Something wrong with him. The man is stupid. The proof, every money dollar his daddy gave him, he blew it. In all them big Trump towers, how many names and how many of them places he owned? None of them. They got Donald Trump on them, and he don't own none of them, right? All his casinos got spider webs, and this a dummy. And this wasn't when bad times, this is when New Jersey, the casinos was doing all right. Everybody else was doing fine. And he blew it because he don't know what he's doing. And other people will see that. They said, we can use that boy. He had a big fat ego. He likes to be center of attention. We can use all that. This boy here, all we got to do is give him the center of attention. You can do the center of attention. You can sit up there and lie and do all you want. And you're broke. Talking about how rich you are. That boy is broke. Flat broke. Everybody know that. Because he don't act like nobody rich. You know what I mean? He don't act like taxes, sure. Look at how much money I made. If he was big, rich like that, he'd show him taxes to show you how smart he was. He's arrogant, isn't he? If he had all that money, he said, look, I'll be making money hand over fist. I got money in my back pocket, front pocket, side pocket, everywhere. Been having money. He'd be like a nigga talking. You know, they used to brag all night. Man, my name is Ed Adams. I ain't been homeless in 24 years. It's the old. I ain't been without a prostitute in 24 years, and I'm this and that. Right, you know, that's the way people that's got a little bit, they talk like, especially in that crew. He is from that type of crew. They stay up and snort cocaine and brag all night. That's what they do. They brag. That's what he do. He do it on the TV. He do it everywhere. He just brags, right? I'm the smartest man in the world. All those subjects, I'm an expert in 21 subjects. The guy can't even spell the subjects. He don't look, right? Those are people you can use. You can manipulate them. You know what I told the Iranians? I said, I think y'all gave Don a job. I think y'all, right? I said, because everything he's doing is helping y'all. It looks like it hurt, but it's helping. Technically, it's make them independent, right? They can't get they got to be independent. They're the only independent country in the world over there. Nobody's independent over there. Can you imagine how powerful a statement that is? With that whole Western world working against you and nobody doing anything to help you and you on a road, hey man, that's why that resistance economy, remember this is not new. That resistance economy, which the Rahbar has always been pushing. And when they let Zarif and them and Rouhani and them come in with that little stuff they was talking, you could tell, anyway, it's a long story. But one of the last meetings we went to in New York at the UN, some of the visitors was asking, President Rouhani, would you let us take pictures with you and stuff? You know them old prudes that don't want no, I don't want y'all taking no pictures with me. I don't, you know, that's the way he is. I got one because I just told everybody, step back, hey, take my picture, and I almost grabbed him and held him there. Little old funny looking man. You know, yeah, I don't know if you ever seen it before, but you could see that I'm almost holding that man to make sure I had a picture with you because of this, that, right? But he's not like Ahmadinejad and those other guys. Hey man, yeah. They get to pose in it, flashing gang signs, Brotherhood signs. But I'm telling you, no, this is important. I'm gonna go back to the original One who's a real believer should have 8 characteristics: sober and calm during times of confusion and chaos. This is one of those periods. Everybody else is panicked. We're not panicked. In fact, we launching a counteroffensive on Bossman. It's not arrogant. It's we've been fighting Bossman so long that it's natural. It don't. Everybody else can be scared as they want, but it don't. Just don't. You know, sometimes you've been doing stuff so long, you're just used to it. It's more than used to it. It's almost addictive. It is addictive. You know, people go to war and they get addicted to war and they can't go to. That's the way this jihad, fi-sabilillah, is like that too. After you get to doing it, you ain't even thinking about retiring. Like I told him, I said, yeah, when I'm 100, I'll probably retire. You know, you get hooked up, but you're patient in chaos because that's all you know is patience. And chaos is chaotic to you, chaotic to them, but it ain't chaotic to us. What is it to us? Normal. Okay. Patient during tribulation, thankful during good times. Of course, thankful. But you know what? Like those 8 things you got, those are 8 pieces of property. Right? Can you imagine? We've been fighting Bossman for 40 years and got 8 pieces of property. That's all paid for. And the only reason we ain't built no skyscrapers on them because Bossman, after we got acquired the property, it just so happens that 2001 was just about that time, and he had a chance, he scared everybody else, to focus only on us. You see what I mean? So for the last 15, 20 years, he's been detailed, specific on us. Because he don't have no alimony them and nobody there. Everybody else is trained. Okay. Thankful during good times, content with what Allah provided for him. He doesn't do justice to his enemies. This is one thing, okay, Bossman don't understand it. One thing he don't have to worry about, is us getting in no situation that's good. You know why? Because we ain't gonna do nothing to nobody, but try to fill up everybody's pockets, if that's what they want. Fill up their soul, if that's what they want, right? We ain't gonna do nothing but good. Because we learned the lesson a long time ago to always bury hatred, animosity. Just bury it and leave it alone. Bury it because it stinks, smells bad. If you take it with you, you're gonna smell bad too. You're gonna start looking bad. That stuff burns you up. Okay, do justice to his enemies, bury it to his friends. Okay, so, certainly has 4 corners: visioning the intelligence, uncovering the wisdom, cognizing the warnings, and cognizing the ways of past peoples. So whoever visions the understanding will recognize or cognize wisdom. Whoever uncovers the wisdom will cognize the warnings. Whoever cognizes the warning will recognize the ways of old. And whoever cognizes the ways of old, it is as though he is amongst the past peoples. That means you right there with him. He is guided to that which is most upright. He sees who is saved, that by which he is saved. And he sees who is destroyed, and that by which he is destroyed. And Allah only destroys the one who is destroyed through disobedience. And he saves the one who is saved through obedience. one of the other things is, this person never worries about things that missing, because he know the rule that whatever Allah hooked up to hit you, you can't avoid it. And whatever Allah hooked up for you to miss, it's gonna miss you. Even if it hits you, it don't make no difference. We used to use the term punching bag, that we'd be just hanging out like a punching bag, and everybody, as hard as they could hit, would come right up to us for years and just punch. We just look all up in there like ain't nothing happening. And they punching, they using all their might. They're trying to kill you. They're poisoning you. I heard a program the other morning, and I said the same one I was talking about Japanese, some of the warfare they was using, biological warfare on the Chinese. And they were talking to old Chinese, they said, we call it rot foot. We had sores and blisters. I remember it up on 8th Street. As soon as I got married, blisters, big blisters, full of a jelly type material. Yeah. They had to pull it back. Whatever it was, that's why Abdul Malik was saying, just trust me, talking about the lady I married, just trust me. As soon as I got married, all the stuff started popping up. I was in perfect health. Nothing. And all of a sudden, all of this dumb stuff. The first one was rock foot. The next one, I didn't even know what it was because it didn't last long. Boss, what did I do? Was I running this something? To get these things. And then the leg swelling up. The leg swelling up was a blood clot in the leg before it got up to, so I kept saying, what's wrong with my leg here? So they suspended it a little while. Then after that, they dropped it in again. Remember, somebody in your house can regulate stuff. They know what you eat, and they can put certain amounts. Over the years, they get a chance to put, that's too much. This is a little bit. This tastes everything. Yeah, I'm not even going to eat that. Therefore, they get a chance to regulate the poisons that are going in your body. Yeah. And then, they do that. Don't take my word for it. Not that I have the notes, but of course I have the notes. Because when somebody